Have you ever noticed how money seems to have a will of its own? One month, there's more than enough. The next, it vanishes without a trace. But what if I told you there's a room in your house, the most unlikely one of all, that's silently draining your financial energy? Yes, your bathroom could be sabotaging your prosperity. And what's even more surprising, with just 5 simple items placed strategically, you can transform this space into a magnetic field of abundance. Imagine waking up, checking your account, and realizing that the balance has stopped bleeding. Bills get paid easily. Opportunities arise effortlessly. That constant feeling of being behind starts to fade away. This shift doesn't require luck or magical promises. It starts with an ancestral ritual, a ritual that has been quietly spreading among women over 50. Women like you who've chosen not to live in fear of lack anymore. Stay until the end, because the last item on the list is the one that activates everything. It's a little-known crystal that can change the way money flows in your life. If you're new here, welcome. This channel is a safe space for women who've lived a lot and now want to live with more wisdom, more ease, and more abundance. Here, you won't find judgment, only possible paths, ancestral teachings, and practices that honor who you are today. Before we continue, write in the comments, "Abundance is flowing into my life." That simple sentence already begins to activate the energetic field around you. And more than that, it connects us in a collective current of prosperity, a circle of awakened women. Subscribe and hit the bell icon. Every video you watch here is a seed of transformation planted in the fertile soil of your new cycle. Before I tell you about the first item, an honest question. Have you ever walked into a room and felt a tightness in your chest, as if something there was off? Sometimes it's not your imagination, it's accumulated energy. And the bathroom is the main point of retention for that energy, especially when we ignore an essential detail that's present in almost every home, but rarely used for this purpose. That's where we'll start. And once you know what to place in that space, you'll understand why so much feels stuck and how to start unlocking it right now. It may seem like just a detail, but that detail is affecting more than just your bathroom. It's affecting the way money comes into and stays in your life. Maybe you've already felt it. No matter how much you organize your home, no matter how much care you give to what comes in and goes out, there's a sense of invisible weight. Like something is always pulling you back whenever you try to move forward financially. And this is where the first unlocking begins. Sea salt is one of the oldest and most powerful tools for energetic cleansing. But few people understand why it works so deeply. It's not just a physical element, it's an ancestral memory of purification. In ancient Japanese rituals, bowls of salt were placed in room corners to absorb unwanted energy, envy, resentment, stagnation. In the Middle East, salt was burned or tossed at doorways to block the entry of scarcity forces. And even in Afro-Brazilian religions, it's used as a spiritual barrier of protection. Why is it so universal? Because salt is the only mineral that doesn't degrade over time. It symbolizes what purifies without becoming contaminated. Now think, your bathroom is the place of release. Everything your body, your mind, and your energy reject goes there. But what happens when you don't energetically cleanse that space? You accumulate, and what builds up there becomes a weight in your life, especially in your financial area. And this is where the ritual begins. Get a ceramic bowl or a clear glass one. Fill it with pure sea salt. Place it behind the toilet or under the sink, 2 spots where, symbolically, energy is drained. And every 7 days, replace the salt. The old salt should be discarded into nature, in the garden, in plants, in a pot with soil. Never in the trash. When you perform a symbolic act of cleansing, your brain interprets it as a reset. It's as if by throwing away that used salt, you're also throwing away guilt, fear, debt cycles, scarcity. It's the kind of gesture that seems small, but leaves a deep imprint. You might think, it's just salt. But tell me something. How many times in life has it been just a detail that changed everything? Here's a sign. Many women who started with this simple ritual reported something curious. In the following days, they began sleeping better. They felt a sense of relief in their chest, and little by little, they started noticing things unlocking. Unexpected money arriving, a renegotiated debt, a sale finally going through. Coincidence? Maybe. But in psychology, we call this perceptual alignment. When you move with intention, your mind begins to see and create pathways that were once blocked by repetition. So, comment now. I am ready to clear the path to my wealth. It's not just a phrase, it's an energetic statement. And the more people comment, the more we strengthen this collective field of transformation. Remember, the bathroom is the silent mirror of your relationship with letting go. If it's energetically heavy, your financial life will be too. But if it's purified, money starts to flow more easily. And flow, that's all it needs to reach you. Some spaces feel lifeless. You walk in and the air feels stagnant, like something is missing. Most of the time, what's missing is life, movement, breath. In the bathroom, this becomes even more evident. It was made to eliminate, to dissolve, to cleanse. But what if you brought the opposite into that space, something that represents growth, vitality, and steady abundance? This is where the second element comes in, a living plant. But not just any plant. Some species carry energetic codes of prosperity in their leaves. Others are known for protecting environments, creating barriers against losses, and attracting material stability. The most recommended for this ritual are jade, known as the money plant in Chinese traditions. Snake plant, Sansevieria, creates a field of protection against financial loss. Pennywort, aka money in bunches. The name itself says what it symbolizes. But here's a secret nobody tells you. It's not just about the plant, it's about the act of caring for it. It's about watering it, observing it, trimming it, cleaning it, because this simple gesture activates a powerful symbolic message within you. I take care of my prosperity. Have you noticed how money responds to care? When you ignore your finances, they deteriorate. When you approach, organize, nurture them, they start to flow with more respect. The plant in the bathroom becomes a visual and energetic anchor. It reminds you every day that your growth is in your hands. It breathes for you. It filters the air in the space, and silently it purifies your energetic field. Practical tip: place the plant on the sink, in the window corner, or on a clearly visible shelf. Avoid putting it in a stuffy or dark spot. It must be seen and recognized as a symbol of your new phase. Psychologically, this gesture triggers two important principles. Visual reinforcement. Your brain registers what it sees repeatedly as something important. Behavioral reinforcement. The more you care for the plant, the more you internally reinforce the idea that you're cultivating your abundance. That's why this simple gesture creates such a deep shift. It's not about decorating the bathroom. It's about repositioning your internal energy toward growth. And you know what's even more beautiful? As the plant grows, you begin to notice subtle changes. Money starts arriving more effortlessly. You stop sabotaging yourself. You begin attracting solutions, not problems. It's as if the plant itself were saying to you, "You're ready." Life doesn't want to deprive you. It wants to bloom with you. Now write in the comments, "I nurture my prosperity every day." Don't just write it casually. Write it like you're planting a seed. This phrase is the seed of your new financial cycle. Remember, you don't need to chase money like someone running from a fire. You can nurture it like someone tending a garden, and gardens grow when they receive love, attention, and presence. Close your eyes for a moment and listen. The sound of water flowing, software steady, rhythmic. It's as if something inside you begins to relax, to open, to trust. Have you noticed how the sound of water has the power to calm? But there's something deeper to it. Water doesn't just calm. Water moves. And money, like water, needs space to flow. That's why the third item in this ritual is so powerful and so often overlooked. A small water fountain in the bathroom might seem like a decorative detail, but in truth, it's a symbolic portal. In energetic psychology, circular and auditory movements activate parts of the brain linked to emotional flow, creativity, and the feeling of expansion. You begin to exit defense mode, where you only think about survival, and enter creation mode, where ideas, solutions, and opportunities arise. The fountain activates the principle of money in circulation. Money doesn't like to be stuck. It needs to come in, go out, and return. Just like the water in the fountain, it goes and comes back, goes and comes back. How many times have you found yourself stuck in cycles of scarcity? Even when money comes in, it disappears. Even when there's extra, an unexpected expense shows up. You're not alone. And this isn't a sign of failure. It's a sign that something has become stagnant. And stagnation always starts with the invisible, an unresolved hurt, an old fear of not being able to handle it, a hidden belief that you don't deserve that much. Water moves all of that. It releases, it cleanses, it unblocks. And over time, it gives back what was held inside. How to apply? Choose a small tabletop or corner fountain. It can be electric, with a gentle sound, or even manual. Place it in a discreet but visible spot. Ideally, it should run for a few minutes each day as part of your presence ritual. While it flows, breathe, feel. Allow yourself to imagine money entering with the same ease as the water flows. You'll notice a subtle shift. The bathroom stops being just a place for release and begins to become a channel of activation. And each time you hear the sound of the water, your subconscious receives a clear message. It's safe to let money flow. Here, we're working with what psychology calls sensory anchoring. In other words, associating a sound with a mental state. Every time you hear the fountain, you're reinforcing a state of openness and abundance. Now, if you feel ready to unlock this flow, make a small move right now. Like this video. Yes, that simple click is already a micro-energy action, a symbolic way to put energy into motion. And if you want to deepen your commitment, write in the comments, "Money is free to flow to me." Remember, the universe doesn't respond to urgency. It responds to presence. And a fountain in your bathroom is a daily reminder that flow doesn't have to be forced, only allowed. Imagine for a moment that you finally achieve what you've been longing for. Stability, peace with money, freedom to choose, not just accept whatever life imposes. But then something strange begins to happen. Small losses, obstacles that appear out of nowhere, plans that seemed ready suddenly stall. You feel like something is trying to take away what's yours. It may sound mystical, but it's more common than you think. In psychology, we call this unconscious self-sabotage. And in the subtle field of energy, it can also come from the outside. Envy, other people's thoughts, scarcity vibrations that don't belong to you but cling to you. That's why every wise woman, every woman who builds with love, also learns to protect. And here comes the fourth element of the ritual, an energy protection amulet. It could be a stone like obsidian or black tourmaline. It could be a sacred image you trust, a saint, a symbol, a name that connects you to something greater. It could be a personal object with deep emotional meaning, something that represents your journey, your strength. What matters most is not the form, it's the meaning. It's what that object awakens in you when you look at it and think, "This is mine," and it's protected. When we place this amulet in the bathroom, we're creating an invisible wall, not against people, but against forces, against frequencies of scarcity that try to enter when you're vulnerable. And why the bathroom? Because it's where you undress, let go, disarm. It's where you're most alone, and therefore most exposed. Your energetic field also relaxes there. And that's exactly where you need silent protection. How to use it? Choose a spot in the bathroom that's just yours. A niche, a shelf, a quiet corner. Place your amulet there with intention, not as decoration, but as a guardian. And every time you enter that space, take a brief silent moment to say, "My energy is protected, my prosperity is safe." This simple act activates a powerful principle in behavioral neuroscience. When you repeat a gesture associated with safety, your brain begins to relax. And only in a relaxed state can your creative and financial system bloom. Anxious people can't prosper with ease. Protected people can. And there's more. When you protect what's yours, you send a clear message to the universe. I recognize my worth, and I'm ready to hold on to it. Now, share this video with a friend who also needs to shield her own path. Yes, because sometimes you are the amulet in someone else's life. And if you want to reinforce your commitment, write in the comments, "My prosperity is protected. Nothing will take it from me." Remember, love without protection becomes exhaustion. Wealth without protection becomes debt. Energy without protection runs out. But when you protect consciously, what's yours begins to grow securely and stays. Have you ever felt like you're almost there? Like all that's missing is one detail, a little push from the universe for everything to finally fall into place. The truth is, the universe is always ready. What's often missing is your energy being fully aligned. And there's a crystal that works as an amplifier of that connection, a crystal that not only activates your energy field, but enhances everything you've already started to build. Its name is citrine. Also known as the merchant stone, citrine has been used for centuries by those who want to attract clean, abundant, and steady money. But it goes far beyond that. It represents the sun on the physical plane. It's like bringing the light of dawn into your energy field. It warms, it illuminates, it expands. And when you place citrine in your bathroom, near the fountain or the plant, you activate a kind of manifestation center. Picture this. You wake up, walk into the bathroom, and see the crystal there glowing softly. It's not just an object. It's a quiet reminder that your vibration is being refined, amplified, and focused. And if you want to boost that energy even more, there's a simple yet powerful ritual. Hold the citrine in your right hand before bed. Close your eyes, breathe deeply, and repeat silently, "My energy is aligned with prosperity. Money flows to me with ease and respect." This affirmation, when spoken in a relaxed state, goes directly into your subconscious. And the subconscious is where all invisible decisions are made. What you accept, what you reject, what you attract, and what you repel. By repeating this ritual for 21 nights, you are reprogramming the way your mind vibrates with money. You're no longer asking. You're becoming aligned. And here's the most important part. Citrine doesn't create wealth on the outside. It activates the fertile ground within you. That space that may have been neglected for years, but has always been there, waiting for a yes. Practical tip. Place the citrine near the plant, the fountain, or on a white saucer with a bit of dry sea salt underneath. This enhances its ongoing cleansing. Clean the crystal once a week with running water and a positive thought. Now, save this video. Yes, actually save it. This moment could be the beginning of a new phase. And when you're ready to activate your crystal, come back here. This ritual deserves to be done with presence and intention. Write in the comments, "The universe is opening the doors of abundance for me." And feel that in your body. You're no longer chasing. You are the field. You are the source. Remember, crystals don't work on their own. They respond to your intention. And a clear intention combined with a simple action changes everything. Now breathe. Look around at the space you're in. On the outside, nothing has changed. But inside, something has already started to shift, hasn't it? Maybe it's subtle. Maybe you're feeling a strange sense of relief, like a weight has been lifted. Or maybe what you're feeling now is possibility, real hope. And all of this started with a simple space in your home, with the quietest place, the most intimate one, the place you rarely pay attention to. Yet it absorbs everything, your fatigue, your hurry, your forgotten emotions. Today, you've understood something most people will never realize. Your bathroom isn't just functional. It can be ritualistic, transformational, magnetic. And now you know how. You've learned that sea salt cleanses what the eyes can't see, and that sometimes it's not the world that feels heavy. It's the energy of your home asking for purification. That the living plant breathes for you when you forget to breathe for yourself. And that prosperity isn't about speed, it's about cultivation. That the water fountain reconnects you to the natural flow of life, where money doesn't have to be a struggle. It can be a river, not a fight. That the amulet protects what you've already built, even if no one sees it, even if you yourself have forgotten how far you've come. And that citrine, small, quiet, radiant, can reignite your ability to dream and manifest without fear. These aren't just 5 objects. They are 5 reminders, 5 anchors, 5 keys. And when you place these items in your bathroom, you're not just decorating a space. You're marking a new territory within yourself. You're saying, from now on, my life no longer revolves around lack. It revolves around my abundance. And you know what's most fascinating? Your brain responds powerfully to symbolic rituals. It interprets external changes as a sign that something internal is ready to happen. That's why this transformation, no matter how small, holds deep reprogramming power. Here's an honest piece of advice. Come back to this video whenever you feel stuck. Don't try to do it all at once. Choose one item, just one, and notice how your energy begins to shift. Many people believe abundance arrives all at once, but it comes in layers, in gestures, in micro decisions. And watching this video was one of those decisions. So if this content touched your soul, give it a like. Simply like it. That click is more than engagement. It's a signal that you're alive energetically, that you've chosen to awaken. And if you want to continue on this path, slowly but with intention, subscribe and turn on notifications. This channel isn't about magical promises. It's about ancestral wisdom applied to your present reality. And the algorithm doesn't always deliver what truly matters. So don't let this teaching slip away from you. Now, I want to ask you something. Which of the 5 items will you place in your bathroom first? But answer with intention. Don't write just to write. Write like someone making a pact with their own abundance. Comment, today I begin my abundance ritual. And let's do this together as a sisterhood, as a circle. Because true prosperity isn't competition, it's contagion. You are the seed. The space is ready. Now it's time to grow.